Without objection, any prepared statements that our witnesses may have will be included in the record. I'd like to welcome our first panel, Chairman Westerman from the Committee on Natural Resources, to the witness table. Chairman Westerman, we welcome your testimony.
Thank you, Chairman Burgess, and to the committee for the opportunity to testify today in support of H.R. 1449, the Committing Leases for Energy Access Now Act, or the CLEAN Act. The Department of Energy predicts that geothermal energy could provide over 90 gigawatts of electricity by 2025. Because most of our country's geothermal resources are located in the West, reaching this goal depends on a pro-energy federal regulatory structure. Suffice to say, the status quo is in dire need of reform. The only way we can meet this goal is to increase the rate of geothermal leasing and permitting. As was mentioned in the chairman's opening remarks, geothermal energy is clean, and also from the minority side, it is something that we have bipartisan agreement on. But if we want to utilize and tap into this massive amount of geothermal energy to meet rising energy demands, rising electricity demands, then we have to speed up the permitting. H.R. 1449 that was introduced by my friend Representative Fulcher from Idaho would increase the frequency of geothermal lease sales and streamline the process for geothermal drilling permits. Over the last 20 years, as the shale revolution has boomed across the country and the world, America has led cutting-edge innovation in subsurface technologies that are directly transferable into the geothermal industry. Geothermal energy has serious potential for growth in this country, but the best reservoirs are in the West on federal lands where federal bureaucracy gets in the way. We must do all we can to ensure that bureaucratic red tape does not hamper this resource moving forward. California is a prime example of a Western state with substantial geothermal potential. Still, despite language in the statute requiring lease sales every other year, there hasn't been a geothermal lease sale in California since 2016. H.R. 1449 would fix this. The Secretary would be required to hold yearly lease sales and would be forced to hold replacement sales if one is missed. H.R. 1449 would also require the Secretary to respond to geothermal drilling permits within 30 days of receipt to let the applicant know whether their application is complete. If it is deemed incomplete, the Secretary must explain what is missing from the application. If it is complete, the Secretary has 30 days to approve the permit. Some may argue that these deadlines are too fast and don't allow adequate time for agencies to complete reviews under the National Environmental Policy Act and other environmental laws. However, the bill does not waive the agency's responsibilities under these laws. We all know from experience that agencies will not issue permits until they meet the necessary legal requirements. It is imperative that America wins the race to energy dominance, as adversaries like China and Russia do not have our best interest in mind. Geothermal stands to play a pivotal role in our domestic energy policy, but we must ensure the leasing and permitting processes are as efficient as possible. H.R. 1449 had a hearing and a markup in the Committee on Natural Resources, and it passed unanimously by voice vote. I urge the Rules Committee to report out an appropriate rule to allow for the bill's consideration in the House, and I urge my colleagues to support the legislation. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.